as time flies by, you'll open up your eyes wide. You feel it's gonna go your way. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, hey, hey.
Welcome back to Marbella Now. My name is Nicole King, and I'm delighted to welcome our CIT Marbella Guest of the Week. This week is Ecos Las Chapas. We're going back to school. Very much an important topic in Marbella for us residents, particularly the international residents, because we want our kids to have that same influence in their lives as we had, even if we're living in Spain. A big welcome to Maribel. Nice to meet you, Maribel.
Nice to meet you too.
Really a lovely, my daughter is a kindergarten teacher, vet, then she had a baby, went into education, a very rewarding profession. How is it that you became to be a teacher, Maribel?
Well, I always have been, I always have liked to be a teacher. Since I was a little girl, I was playing with my dolls at home, doing lessons with them. So when I had an age to go to the university, I'd study English philology in Madrid, and I devote my life to teaching.
It's funny, isn't it? Because many children you can see from an early age are really showing that. What age group do you teach?
I teach primary, that it goes between 6 to 12 years old.
Now that's a privilege.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a fun age group because they really are becoming people, and it's a very influential age, so it's an important role you play.
Yeah, I think like you, when they are in the first years of primary, they are like little kids, okay? But when they finish at sexto de primaria, when they are 12 years old, they are semi-women and men, okay, going into the secondary school. Okay, and you can see a progress during all those years. Yes, of course you can say it.
Do you see a difference between, like, say, the Spanish children and the English, the Swedish? Is like obviously in our home lives are very different. Does that translate into school very differently?
No, they behave the same, okay? In the school, we've got a lot of different nationalities, okay? So, but when they are in the school, they are kids, and they behave more or less in the same way. They learn in the same way. They do the same things. So there is not a big difference between different nationalities.
When I was looking for my kids to go to school here, and I was surprised to see that there wasn't an IB program for young kids. And suddenly, I'm reading the information with you, and you guys have now brought to Marbella an IB program, which is fabulous. Can you explain to our audience why the IB program is so fabulous? Because I think it is, but I know you'll explain it better.
Okay. In Las Chapas-Ecos, we've been looking for many different methodologies during many, many years, okay? So when we found IB, we realized that it was our methodology, okay? Because it matches very well with our way of seeing teaching, okay? IB, it's a methodology in which we teach the kids that learning are not closed boxes, okay? Everything is related. Math is related with social, with natural, is related with religion, is related. So with IB, we prepare our students in a different way to be international students, okay? That they could go to any other school all around the world and fit and fix in every single place.
Which is obviously important in a community like Marbella, that people come for a couple of years, then they have to leave again. So to follow a system that you can just come out and move into in another country is important.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons for choosing IB for our schools.
Also, as I understand it, it's a more interactive, didactical, more hands-on than just learning and regurgitating information. As you say, it takes a more general aspect, but also it's more hands-on. You have to think more, be more...
Oh, yeah. We prepare them for thinking, okay? For dealing with information, for analyzing information, for doing projects, for being conscious of everything that they are studying, and most of all, to relate everything, okay, and to look for connections into all the different subjects that they usually study at school.
Until recently, as I understand it, Ecos was the boys' school, then you've got Las Chapas, the girls' school, but
Yeah.
now you've come together. Have you come together physically, or is it just like a group branding? What is the difference between the boy and girls' school?
Las Chapas and Ecos belongs to a bigger group that is called attendees, okay, in which we've got segregated education. That means that we've got boys and girls in different schools, okay? The girls remains at Las Chapas, and the boys, when they are 6 years old, they go to Ecos, okay? And in all the schools in the attendees group is this way.
What's the philosophy about having segregated education? What do you think are the benefits?
There are many studies about this. It is true that boys and girls develop at different speed. Okay, I've got a boy and I'm working with girls, and I can see it. Okay, the girls are more conscious about their learnings, younger than the boys. They are more careful with everything in general. They are not so
Boisterous, yeah.
yeah, okay. Boys need a lot of space, need movement, and girls do not need as much as they need it, okay? And we realized that, especially when they go to secundaria, there were some types of careers, especially science careers, that if the boys and the girls were in different places, the girls could develop better just working with girls and not boys and girls together.
I mean, it makes kind of sense, particularly at certain ages, to avoid distractions.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Concentrate more on what you look like
Yeah.
than what the guy's thinking of you if he's not there. It does help, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, we don't have that kind of problems, okay, but we've got another type of problems, okay, because, you know, women's are women's, okay, we've got, in general, very strong personalities, and but we don't have that type of problem, especially when they are teenagers, okay, and they don't get distracted, as you said.
How was it during COVID? Must have been very difficult for the students with that close contact every day, also with the teachers, to then find themselves so isolated. How it must have been a challenge.
It was a challenge, but you know, in Las Chapas-Ecos we've been dealing with technology a long time before. So when we were at home, it was not as difficult as we thought, because in the school we are using, for example, iPads since they are in preschool. They've got the iPad corner, so they play with the iPads once per week. When they get to primary, they are using Chromebooks and they are using iPads, and in secondary as well. So when we went to the lockdown, it was not as difficult as it was thought at the beginning.
It's nice because obviously you had that mentality already instigated,
Yeah,
it's very helpful.
Yeah, well, you know, we have been working with Google for a long time. We are Google partners. We are using the G Suite of Google's for a long time, so our students know how to work with that.
It's a fast world for our kids, so it's nice to see that your ethos in the school is also to keep up with that. Because to have, like, I don't want to be rude, but like the Spanish education, it's a very repeat, learn, regurgitate, when we have children with such active minds at such young ages.
We have realized that repeating the whole time is not good. First of all, because we know that not all the students are the same. They learn at different paces. They live at different speed. They are different. So we have to pay attention to that individuality, okay? So technology helps us to deal with that, to make them learn. And we pay a lot of attention to each of our students in the sense that as they learn in a different speed, and we prepare things depending on each of our students.
I love that. I mean, who wouldn't want your child to go to a school that takes that individuality into consideration? For me, repeating a year is worthless. It just doesn't make sense. I would never finish school. I'd still be at school. If I had to pass my lengua and maths, I'd still be waiting.
Okay, but well, to practice your memory is good. You need to practice that skill, okay? But make a child learn just by repeating is useless, okay? They have to understand what they are doing, what they are studying. If not, it's useless. They just learn it for 2 days, and the third day they don't know anything about the topic that they have been studying. It is better, as you said before, that they put their hands on the subject and work the knowledge from different point of view, making project, making inquiries in the net, asking the family about the topics that we are working. Okay, so we think that it's a better way for fixing knowledge in the heads, in the brains.
Well, I love the philosophy, and I've really enjoyed meeting you. Don't go away, because after the break, we're going to have a chat with Manuel, and he's a teacher from the boys' part of Ecos Las Chapas, from Ecos. And then after that, we're actually going to go for a quick visit to the school and check it out. Maribel, delighted to meet you. Encantada.
Nice to meet
School
you
sounds
too.
really, really nice.
Oh, really?
It does, it really
Okay.
does.
We hope to see you there.
I will be there. It's not a
Okay.
threat, it's a promise.
Okay, good.
We'll be back just after this break. Don't go away. Maribel, and now we're going to be talking to Manuel, and he's a teacher from Ecos, which is the boys' school. Very cool. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, funny, because it's a long time since I've spoken to teachers that come from an all-girls school and then the boys' side. You've got all boys. That is quite a challenge. I mean, you're a guy yourself, but you must know that is
It's quite fun, actually.
Yeah, what age group do you teach, Manuel?
I think the best age, year 3 and year 4,
Which is how old?
it is 8 to 9 years old, 8 to 10 years old.
Very nice, very nice. All different nationalities?
Yes, different. We got kind of the ONU, kind of, because we have all nationalities there.
Do you find, say, you've just started, as I understand it, this IB course. Has it been difficult making the changes within the curriculum?
Not really, because the guidelines and headlines of school, they are in that direction before the IB. So basically it's just little changes on the way we were working.
So already the philosophy of the school
Yeah.
was advanced thinking, open education philosophy.
Especially no focusing only on the academic aspect, but also on the human values, taking care of others. So it is very good with the school.
Do you do different charity incentives within the school, and what kind of events do you do at the school? Well, pre-lockdown, pre-COVID.
Well, every year they go to the supermarket, I think at Christmas time, just to save food for people. So they are looking always for something to do to help, because we have a Christian values, really.
The school, I believe, you start, like, from what I've seen, from babies, and you go all the way through to bachillerato. Now, it's a big
Yes,
span
right.
of age groups, from nothing all the way. The whole education system is covered. So when they're little, the boys and girls are together. Is that right, in kindergarten?
That's right. And in kindergarten until they are 5, and then they go to year 1 in Las Chapas, from infant school. They upgrade to year 1 in Ecos, and from year 1, then secondary education, and finally the baccalaureate.
Which is still done, all the boys separately and the girls separately?
Yes, that's right.
The girls' school's on the beach.
Yes.
Very nice. But the boys are in the mountain. Any reason that you've hidden the boys up in the mountains?
No, it was because the school on the mountains, it was a school run by Jesuits, I don't know how to say in English.
The Jesuits, yeah.
And then the leader attendees took over. So since then, that's why we're still at school. Most of attendees school, they are together. For example, in Malaga, they have the building for girls and the building for boys very close.
But it's nice, I think, because the boys in the mountain, they can let off steam, obviously, for sports and things. It's really nice as well.
We are not only in the mountain. We can see the whole Mediterranean Sea, Gibraltar, we can see Morocco. Even at night when you leave school, you can see the lights in Morocco. So it's amazing. Plus, they still every day, they are climbing, running, because we go up the cliffs of the mountains. So at the moment, we are doing a project about invertebrates, and we are doing invertebrate safaris, so it's quite fun, actually.
It does sound fun.
Very
We must
fun.
go along for one of those. I wanted to go, obviously, to go and look at the school, but it's nice that some of the activities are so different, and it's nice to have that, actually getting to touch and feel nature, and not just doing everything in a classroom.
Yes, for example, when we study plants, at the moment in year 4 as well, we are studying landforms, so we can see, look, the mountain, the hill, the bay, so it's amazing.
I know that your school's very advanced technologically, and you've been online and do a lot with informatica and technology. But did you find the boys found it hard during lockdown, dealing with being shut in for so long, not going to school?
Well, maybe the early years, but I must say in primary from year 4, they were quite used to it because they started using the Chromebooks. And the boys in year 2 and year 3, they went with the flow, so they were learning at the same way as teachers. So
what is the format to get into the school? Do you have to do entrance exams? And what is the criteria? Are you looking for new students? Are there spaces?
We are always looking for new students, so mostly they are always welcome. We have a lot of applicants coming, especially primary school, because they are very happy about our one-to-one individual education. So actually, I must say that a month ago, they called me. I was teaching Manuel, do you mean to come? Because we have a new family, they speak English, they don't speak any Spanish. They saw a school, and they liked it so much that they say, no, we are coming next week with you.
It's very reassuring, isn't it, when you know that you've got a good offer. Good education, good installations. How long have you been with the school?
I think this is for 7 years now.
And where are you from yourself?
I am from Córdoba, and then actually I'm living in Málaga.
Very nice. There are lots of Cordobeses around here.
Yes.
And so the age groups are from 0 to 18.
Yes.
There are places to get in. If people were interested in the school, they can just call
They
now.
can give it a call. You have the social nets, and then they will give you all the information in secretary.
Well, I'm going to leave it there because there's 2 schools to go and visit. We're going to Las Chapas for the girls' school. We're to go up in the mountains near the German school to see Ecos, the boys' school, because I think it is important that the local community gets to see the amazing offer that we have on the Costa del Sol.
Well, some people don't know the school, and when they know it, they say, oh, it's so far. But I can tell you another anecdote. A few years ago, some parents came here. Mommy was this kind of, oh, this is so far, taking the bus. They took one of the boys to explain how was the school. And when they finished, they say, okay, I want my boy to be at this school.
I like the personal attention because kids do learn at different rates. I was a very slow learner, my daughter as well. But it doesn't make us stupid. It just means you need a different way of learning. Yeah, and it's nice that you have
basically,
that.
Our secret, yes, is that from year 1, both in girls and boys, they have in primary is kind of a mentoring, kind of. It becomes in secondary, especially in the A levels, you know, is bachillerato here in Spain, and now for us will be diploma in a few years. It is kind of a coaching and mentoring. So one teacher or one of the girls, they will be with the same preceptor, we say preceptor in Spanish. So every month you speak with that boy just to check the strong skills he's got, which things we can help him on, minimum once a month. Sometimes if you need it, you talk to them during the morning break, etc. And it is from year 1 until they leave school.
Oh, it's very important that they know they're not alone. And so a lot of kids do feel alone. We don't realize that they're young, but they have their own problems and their own issues.
Basically, our mission is obviously academics, but also to have good people, good person to do good things for society. So it is very, very much in line with international baccalaureate, because we have a international projection with Cambridge, with Goethe as well. So we don't do French at the moment, they do in Las Chapas, I mean in Ecos. So all this international came to a place when I came to our school.
Oh, congratulations. It really is a good news for Marbella, good news for our kids. We're going to go now to a little break, celebrating our Zero Hero partners, offering free soft drinks to designated drivers. Very proud of them. But don't go away, because we'll be back with a little tour of the schools. Stay tuned. Thank you so much, Manuel. Lovely to meet you.
Thank you.
Hey, hey.
Imagine this is reception. And we're going to meet the director, Christina. Oh. Good morning. Buenos días. Fenomenal. Muchísimas gracias.
Let the music get to your heart. Let it set you on your way. No time to hesitate. We are all the same. So much trouble tearing us apart. Poison arrows shoot straight to your heart.
Kids have got 2 different coloured socks on in honour of the Down Syndrome Day. Very cool.
Just believe it's worth your time.
Christina's saying that as of 5.5 months, the kids can come to the school.
We are at one. We are at one. Let the feeling into your soul. Let it set you on your way. No need to hesitate. Time to make a change. There'll be no trouble tearing us apart. Brothers, sisters, one beating heart. We can change if we try. Just believe it's worth your time. One. We are at one. We are at one. We are at one. We are at one.
Now we're going to the 2-year-olds class.
We are at one.
Now they're coming here for their exercises. Very cool.
We are at one. 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 We are at one.
Donde nos encontramos en el espacio en el que en la tierra donde vivimos, cada alumno nos va.
This is for the new IB course, which is fabulous. Superb. These are the 4-year-olds. Brings back memories. Hello, darling. How's mummy?
Just believe it's worth your
So many sweet little kids.
O sea, tenemos mucha mezcla de.
It's a Catholic-based school. However, they have all religions and all nationalities.
one. We are at one.
Going to do an Erasmus conference right now.
Let the feeling into your soul. Let it set you on your way. No need to hesitate. Time to make a change. There'll be no trouble tearing us apart.
Hi, everyone. Good morning, Dad. You're looking fabulous. Have a lovely day.
Thank you.
All the other kids are in the playground. How many students are there here?
600.
In this school?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good morning, Elena. Thank you so much for chatting with me. You were there in your teacher's room. What do you teach?
Now German and geography.
Wow, and where are you from yourself?
Where I am? I'm from Sevilla.
So
I'm
you're
from
Spanish
Spain. Yeah,
teaching.
Spanish.
That's really cool, teaching German and,
Yes, it is.
and English. How did you learn your languages?
Oh, I studied at the university and then I moved around and I've been living in many places. For example, Germany, Austria, Mexico, Budapest, in Hungary, and that's how I learned my languages.
Fabulous. And then coming to Marbella, obviously, you get to use all of them.
Yeah.
So many nationalities here.
Exactly, very international place.
Oh, the school bell.
Let's go class.
Hi, hola. Adios. These are Maribel's students. Is she a nice teacher? Yes. Is she making you say that, or is it true? You having a nice day?
Thank you.
Well, this is wonderful. Well, I won't entertain you any further. Bye. Bye. And please watch your teacher on the telly. Didn't she do well?
Yeah.
Kids everywhere. So she's been here how many years?
20.
20 years. Wow. And now you have 5 kids of your own.
Yes.
That's pretty impressive. Everyone's been working here for like 20-something years. You're obviously all really happy.
Yes. Really happy. The best is the team. The team is the best.
And I see, which I think is one of the best things, an academic kid is great, but a happy kid is the objective. And I think that is your objective here in the school, isn't it?
Yes. The most important is that the pupils are happy.
Well, if you're looking for a school for your kid, undoubtedly, I'd have to say that Ecos Las Chapas is one of those. A big thank you to CIT Marbella for the introduction, the Networking Association for Businesses. Check it out if you haven't already. That's it for me for today, but I'll be back tomorrow with more of what's going on in Marbella Now. Don't forget to check out past programmes from my website, nicoleking.es, with links to RTV Marbella with the programmes, also my column in the Euro Weekly Marbella Moments, and our Zero Hero website with full listings of Zero Hero partners. Hasta mañana. Take care of yourselves. Be nice to each other.
We can change if we try. Just believe it's worth your